Cadence International is an evangelical Christian organization whose ministry focus is U.S. military here in the States and around the world. A survey by Cadence International says that for every one supported missionary, 20 military personnel have been involved in Cadence ministries, have become vocational Christian workers after their military service. So with 200 missionaries at 20 people each, that's 4,000 possible people that would carry on to serve in a ministry. I had often wondered before then what I was missing by not going to the drinking parties, by not being a part of the crowd. Joined the Navy and discovered I wasn't missing anything at all. It was an eye-opener, and the profanity, the crude lifestyle, the brokenness, the darkness of life outside of Jesus Christ was a real revelation. Very much of a revelation to me that life without Jesus Christ is a life lived in darkness. Let me tell you a story, a young man that we did have in our ministry. This was his second tour of duty in South Korea. His first tour, as he related to us, he did that exact thing. He went into town, he did all the drinking, and before long he found himself in the hospital. He found himself in the hospital and near death. He didn't want to take that path again. So he found the house, and he was a part of the ministry, and he richly enjoyed the community and the body of believers. He richly enjoyed being a part of something, a way to have fun without being drunk. In fact, he said specifically, I've never had this much fun and not been drunk. So the house was a great opportunity for him to engage in that without being a part of that destructive behavior.
I heard one young man come in through the door, and I heard him say, I need a hug. I need a hug. And I'd find him coming into the kitchen. I give him a hug, and as he walked away, he'd just melt. You could just see the stress leave his body, and then he was ready to play games on Friday night. Friday night was really for anybody just to get out, gave people an opportunity to come to the house and not feel pressured by all these Christian people. And Saturday night, people would come back and want to hear what God had to say from the Bible.
So on a weekend would come and a Friday would roll around, they could release all of that, step through the doors of the house and feel like they're at home. Set apart for a time from that stress and from that tension that they felt all week long. They'd come through the door and immediately would look for, from Diane, a hug or a handshake or a greeting that embraced them and gave them a sense of home and release from that tension.
On our last night, one of the girls was TDY from Luke Air Force Base, but she realized in the military that was her missionary field. So she enjoyed having someone somewhere to come to get fed so that she could go out on base, and that was her field.
The next step for Diane and I, we are already processing through, and that's going full time with Cadence International, which means at the end of that process, we'll be assigned a house for 2 to 4 years. We need to raise the funds for that because Cadence missionaries are self-supporting. We don't have big churches or organizations that support us, so we ask you to join us and be a part of that. We ask you to prayerfully consider how God might be touching your heart to partner with us in this.